The key to growth and development for every nation in the world is a better plan. Not just any plan, but a well-implemented one. And of course, development partners. Who are Malawi's development partners and what are they doing? To know more, tune into Malawi's Development Partners, MDP, with me, Kathy Matura, on Luntha TV.
Luntha Television, bringing wisdom into your home.
Luntha TV is now on Zuku Channel 51. You can get yourself a Zuku decoder from the Luntha TV offices in Area 2, Lilongwe, and from all the St. Manford bookshops across the country in Kasungu, Lilongwe, Salima, Dedza, Balaka, Zomba, Mulanje, Blantyre, Chikwawa, Mwanza, and Mangochi. For more information, contact 0883 815 055 or 0996 892 965. Get a Zuku decoder today and not miss daily mass, worship and prayers, news bulletins, and so much more on Luntha TV, bringing wisdom into your home.
Are you passing through Desert Town and you think of finding a place to rest or just to have some nice food? Always keep this name in your mind. Comfort Lodge.
Hello and thank you for joining us right here on Luntha Television. It's time for news. Enjoy with me, Jacqueline Saidi. First, the headlines.
Pope Francis calls for faithful to follow Simeon and Anna as pilgrims of faith. President Dr. Lazarus Chakwera maintains he's not a liar. Malawi Electoral Commission unfazed by low turnout for voter transfer exercise. In other news, UK holds aid to Rwanda over TRC conflict involvement.
We have these and more. Stay with us. The Holy Father Pope Francis, in his catechesis prepared for the general audience on February 26th, reflected on the presentation of Jesus in the temple, urging Christians to follow the example of prophets Simeon and Anna as true pilgrims of faith. Although the Wednesday morning general audience was cancelled, the Pope continued his teachings from his hospital room, with the Vatican publishing the prepared text of his catechesis. We have a Vatican News report being read by Tandiwe Mzumara.
Continuing his catechetical series on Jesus Christ, our hope, Pope Francis reflected on the presentation of Jesus in the temple, focusing on the roles of Simeon and Anna. He described Simeon as a witness of faith, a bearer of unwavering hope, and a reflection of God's love that fills hearts with joy and peace. Alongside him, Anna, a devoted widow committed to prayer and service, recognized salvation in the child Jesus. The Pope highlighted how Anna praised the God of Israel for redeeming his people through this child, and eagerly shared the prophetic message with others. He emphasized that hope was renewed in the hearts of those in the temple because Christ, the true source of hope, had entered it. Concluding his reflection, Pope Francis encouraged the faithful to follow the example of Simeon and Anna Pilgrims of hope who saw beyond appearances welcomed God's presence with joy and inspired hope in others.
The state president, Dr. Lazarus Chakwera, has today admitted that 2% of his State of the National address had queries and ought to be struck off from the Hansard. He was speaking in his preamble of answers to the questions by members of parliament today, where he says he is not an angel not to make some errors, but this does not render the State of the National address delivered on Friday, February the 14th, as a lie as described by the opposition. However, DPP members of parliament boycotted the proceedings, saying the questions on the order paper did not reflect what Malawians want answers on. Right now, I'm joined by Robert Edward, who was at the parliament to give us a brief explanation of what happened.
So, indeed, at the National Assembly today, the State President, His Excellency Dr. Lazarus Chakwera, went to answer questions from the members of Parliament according to Section 89, subsection 3C of the Constitution, as read together with Standing Order 70B of the Parliament. And the questions on the order paper included issues to do with the road construction and rehabilitations, among others. However, before he started responding to the substantive questions, substantive being those questions on the order paper, the President took a swipe to respond what the members of Parliament, especially from the opposition, described his sona as a lie, especially the description that came from the leader of the opposition, Dr. George Chaponda. And then the President is saying he's not a liar. However, the President has admitted that a fraction, so he called it a fraction, okay, of 2% of each and every data that was said about the district, each and every district. So, for example, in Mangochi, said a fraction of 2% of whatever he said about Mangochi. That was queried, okay, and and so too with other districts, all the districts actually in the country. And so that means, as a matter of summation, it could be 98% was okay, 2% of the SONA was queried, using his words, was queried. But he admitted, and then he says that should be struck off, the 2% should be struck off from the State of the Nation address, from the Hansard itself. And then moving forward, the President also responded to the questions, now substantively on the order paper, including the issue of the rising cost of prices, the inflation, and the issue of the forex, the foreign currency. And to that effect, the President believes actually that there is a syndicate that is involving the traders, some traders, and an opposition party that is making the inflation to be as the way it is. And as one of the measures, he has replaced Honorable Sosted Gwengo with Honorable Vitumbeko Mumba as the current Minister of Trade, as one of the measures to curb the rising of the inflation in the country.
All right, maybe on that one, sticking to the part where you have said that Honorable Gwingwe has been sacked off as
yes,
the Minister of Trade.
Yes.
So does this mean that maybe the syndicate that is being talked about here, maybe he is a part of that, or maybe what is it exactly that was said that led to him being dismissed? Because at the end of the day, we need to understand that if he has been dismissed on the issue that, on the point that there's a syndicate of
traders.
Yes.
Yeah, not necessarily that he is there. Probably the firing might mean that the existence of that so-called syndicate, as the president is saying, has been happening under the watch of him as the Minister of Trade. And so he was not acting, and then he has to be fired. Somebody has to come and replace him. But not necessarily that he knows. One. The president did not make any statement that can go close to that, but he wouldn't stop one from thinking like that as well, and so that's what transpired on the proceedings today in Parliament.
Okay, according to reports, the DPP members of Parliament boycotted the proceedings today. What led to that, and maybe what is the word "they"?
And so this is actually beyond reports. It's actually a fact that the members of Parliament, the opposition members of Parliament, especially those the DPP led, left the chamber boycotting in protest of the president making answers or giving answers on issues that they say they were not really affecting Malawians. So they simply saw the order paper and they did not mind about the supplementary questions. According to the order paper, the analysis, there was nothing that a Malawian would be listening to. So they didn't want to be listening to what they called lies. And so they felt it was not good for them to be part of the proceedings. And they went ahead, they went out, they held a press conference where they clarified to the journalists why they went out. Suffice to say that that did not obviously go well with the leader of the House, Richard Banda, who described their action as a mixed opportunity.
All right, on that part that they boycotted, and then they had a press briefing explaining on what happened. But later on, as they were coming out, it is realized and it is known that their vehicles, some of the vehicles of some of these members of the opposition, especially the DPP members, were destroyed.
Yes, it's true. I personally took pictures of a vehicle belonging to Zomba Malosa registrator. She is Honorable Grace Kurebeta. Her back lamps were damaged. I think one of them, I think both of them, but the one which was severely damaged was one, and the back tire was deflated. And I also heard from the honorable member from Mulanje Bale, Honorable Victor Msoa, that his vehicle as well was also attacked, was also smashed, but I didn't personally see it. And so the ones who are alleged to have done that are the MCP supporters. I think just by general interpretation of the situation, it was a day when the president is there. You wouldn't really expect that there should be some security lapses, that somebody can just come from somewhere and smash vehicles. To my surprise, though, the spokesperson of the MCP, Dr. Jessica Bwira, I think Luntha Television, we are the only ones that made it an effort to reach out to them to respond. In their response, they are saying, number one, the DPP should bring evidence. They can't just say that the people have done that are MCP people. And the second one, they want a fair play as MCP, because she told me in an interview that 5 cabinet ministers' vehicles have also had their tires deflated right at Parliament. Today, that's what she is saying. However, the spokesperson for Parliament, Mr. Ian Mwenye, at the time I was talking to Honorable Namaloma and Honorable Dr. Jessica Bwira, he said that he was yet to get information from the security of the Parliament. However, I saw the members of Parliament for DPP changing vehicles, entering into smaller vehicles, and those vehicles were being escorted by the Malawi Defense Force armored vehicles, probably known as Zimbaura. So another Zimbaura in front and another one at the back. They were being escorted out of the Parliament premises.
All right, thank you very much, Robert Edward. That was Robert Edward explaining to us exactly what happened at Parliament. We're going to be right back with more reports after this break.
Are you passing through Desert Town and you think of finding a place to rest or just to have some nice food? Always keep this name in your mind. Comfort Lodge. Situated in Airfield at Desert Town. Here at Comfort Lodge, we offer comfortable, affordable, and quality accommodation. The place is located at a very quiet environment that gives you a comfortable and peaceful sleep. We also offer local food such as madimba, masambotendera, chisoso, ndindo zina za lokolo zambiri. Talking of entertainment, that's not an issue as we have a DSTV for your favorite channels. Tight security, electricity and water backups are all in place just for you dear customers. During this time of COVID-19, we have all measures in place just for your safety. Oh yes, come and taste a different feel of life here at Comfort Lodge in the town. Comfort Lodge. Comfort Lodge, your number one place for affordable and quality accommodation.
Welcome back, and if you've just joined us, know that it's news time coming to you live from Bishop Nevi Media Center. Now, a reminder of our headlines.
Pope Francis calls for faithful to follow Simeon and Anna as pilgrims of faith. President Dr. Lazarus Chakwera maintains he's not a liar. Malawi Electoral Commission unfazed by low turnout for voter transfer exercise. In other news, UK holds aid to Rwanda over TRC conflict involvement.
Moving forward, the electricity generation company Ejango has announced that heavy rainfall in Malawi has caused high water levels in the Shire Valley, leading to silt accumulation in power stations and disrupting electricity generation. According to Ejango's spokesperson Moses Gwaza, the heavy rainfall has resulted in an increased amount of silt and debris flowing into the power stations, causing damage to the machinery and reducing the company's ability to generate electricity. Emmanuel Georgia with a report.
In an interview, Gwaza explained that heavy rains have caused silt accumulation in stations, choking parts of the power generation capacity. This has resulted in a significant reduction in electricity generation, affecting the national grid.
Currently, we have two units, 64.8 megawatts running at Kabijira, representing 50% of the total generation capacity of the station. The other two units are under maintenance. That's Unit 3, 32.4 megawatts, which has a 36 MVA generator transformer, and the installation work is underway to replace the transformer. The other machine, another 32.4 megawatts, that's unit number 4, is under maintenance to replace the turbine shaft seals. The replacement of the shaft seal is also at an advanced stage and is earmarked for completion by the 2nd of March 2025.
Ejenko has reviewed that 114.9 megawatts from the hydropower stations are currently out of the national grid due to the damaged machines in the power stations. Additionally, the Tedzani 5 unit, with an installed capacity of 19.1 megawatts, is offline due to excessively sealed. The disruption in electricity generation has a significant implication for the country, as electricity plays a vital role in daily lives, including cooking, operating machines, and lighting. The reduced electricity generation capacity is likely to affect businesses, industries, and households, leading to increased cost and reduced productivity. Ejenko is working to address the challenges and restore electricity generation to normal levels. The company is exploiting options to mitigate the effects of sewer accumulation and prevent similar disruptions in the future. In the meantime, Malawians are advised to use electricity efficiently and conserve energy to minimize the impact of the reduced electricity generation capacity. The government and Ejenko are working together to find a lasting solution to the electricity generation. For Luntha News, this is Emmanuel Chuocha.
That was Emmanuel Chuocha. The Center for Social Concern has expressed concern with the lack of economic justice that Malawians are facing, emphasizing that there is going to be a setback in most people's right to development. The remarks have been made following the continuous rise in the cost of living in the country, especially on food items such as sugar, which is an essential basic need for citizens. According to Kondwani Hara, who is Center for Social Concerns Project Coordinator, Malawians should embrace the production of their own commodities, such as sugar, following the online trainings that are offered by entrepreneurs such as Kondwani Kachambangwira. Rashida Matandika with more in this report.
The remarks by Hara follow a report by Ilovo Sugar Company on Tuesday that their commodity is still selling at 2,600 kwacha countrywide and that there is enough sugar for all Malawians. In an interview with journalists in Luntha, Ilovo Company's acting director Kondwani Msimoko said they would like the Ministry of Trade to take control of the commodities price as it is bringing in fear in consumers.
There are a lot of factors that maybe are within our control in terms of sounding the market that we have enough sugar. But for people who are panicking and all that, is actually beyond our powers to actually act on those. But what we're actually doing is working with the ministry, working with the relevant regulators around pricing, around flows of sugar outside this country.
However, Kondwani Hara said, as it is, most Malawians are being set back and their right to development is being infringed because most of their finances are being directed towards buying food items which are essential needs. On the issue of sugar cost, Hara said Malawians might resort to low uptake of the product, leading to stunting, especially in children and expectant mothers.
There will be a reduced consumption of sugar. As prices rise, many Malawians may be forced to reduce their sugar consumption, which could have negative impacts on their health and nutrition.
While recommending government to increase beneficiaries of social protection programs, Hara has also directed Malawians to venture into small-scale businesses and follow the trainings that entrepreneur Kondwani Kachambangwira has been conducting online on production of basic needs such as sugar.
Encouraging and investing in local sugar production can help reduce reliance on imports and stabilize prices. On this one, I can give you an example of one Malawian, Kondwani Kachambangwira, who has been teaching Malawians on how to produce sugar from sugarcane. Low-cost measures that Malawians can do. I have done a lot on that one. I think if we can do that again, maybe with the help from the government, I think that can help a lot.
Currently, sugar in some of the areas in Lilongwe, such as Mchesi, is selling at 3,800 to 5,000 kwacha against the actual price of 2,600 kwacha by Ilovo. Rashida Matandika, Luntha TV, Lilongwe.
The Malawi Electoral Commission Chairperson, Justice Annabel Ntalimanja, has expressed little surprise at the low turnout for the ongoing voter registration transfer exercise in designated districts, attributing the low turnout to the voluntary nature of the voter transfer window, which requires valid reasons for transfer. Ntalimanja made the remarks during a monitoring tour of Salima and Nkota districts. Details on this report, which has been filed by Charity Chilanga.
Ntalimanja stated that the low turnout is not a cause for concern. She described the impact of the number of transfers on the system as negligible, stating that the system remains operational regardless of the number of transfers. Among other things, Ntalimanja praised the effectiveness of the training received by election management device EMD operators, underscoring its efficiency in handling the machines.
Indeed, we've visited a couple of centers between yesterday and today. The numbers are low, but that is not very surprising or untoward, as you would understand that voter transfers are highly personal and they are not mandatory. A person should only transfer if they have cogent reasons for doing so. The most important factor is that we have made provision for the transfers to happen for those who need to do so. And so far, like at this center, we've had 2 transfers. The previous center, we've had 3 transfers. In the other centers, we've had 0 transfers, but such is the nature of the exercise.
Mofat Mali, supervisor for Muyande Primary School Center, reported that the exercise is progressing smoothly despite the low turnout, saying only 3 transfers were completed in the first 2 days. The MEG team visited several centers including Tavete Primary and Secondary School and Muyande Primary School to assess the progress.
In entertainment, a Malawian musician Onesmus born Armstrong Kalua has been named as the brand ambassador for the Win Big promotion, a new competition by Rwanda-based company London Winners. The announcement was made by company officials on Tuesday in Lilongwe during the competition's launch. The promotion will run for 6 months with a Mazda Demio car awarded as the grand prize each month. Tando Mzumara reading this report.
After being unveiled as the brand ambassador, Onesmus told journalists that he is committed to promoting the Win Big promotion across all regions of Malawi to encourage more people to participate and stand a chance to win the grand prizes. He expressed his excitement and gratitude for the trust placed in him by the company, promising to fully dedicate himself to the role.
I'm very happy, I'm very excited, and this is a beginning for a new chapter in Malawi. So Win Big decided their first chapter is going to be with me. So I'm very excited, and I promise nothing but the best. Well, I'll take this company as my own baby and spread it across Malawi. We have got 3 regions in Malawi: Northern region, Southern region, and Central region. So Malawians will really feel part and parcel of this as I'll be spearheading the Win Big company and London Winners company.
Win Big spokesperson Winnie Fosiko highlighted that besides the monthly grand prize of a Mazda Demio, participants will also have the chance to win weekly rewards, including 1 million Malawi kwacha in cash, a motorcycle, a TV, and 3 Samsung A05 smartphones.
And I think a game like Win Big caters to those people that would like to get things that are bigger than what they earn. We all want cars. We want simpler ways of getting around. We want certain luxuries, but because of the economic constraints, we may not be able to do that. So Win Big allows everybody else to be able to participate in that part of the economy, that part of the luxuries of life, by having prizes that range from 1,000 kwacha to 3,000 kwacha. So it's not, you don't need to have a lot of money in order to be able to get things that seem somewhat out of reach for most people.
Maybe with this initiative, how do you intend to...
To ensure the competition's success, WinBig has partnered with various stakeholders, including Airtel Malawi, allowing customers to participate by dialing *474#.
And lastly, in international news, the UK has suspended direct bilateral financial aid to Rwanda, signaling its willingness to take action against Kigali for its role in the conflict in Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo, DRC. According to a statement from the Foreign, Commonwealth and Development Office, the aid suspension will remain in place until substantial progress is made in ending hostilities. Charity Jalanga is reading a VOA report.
The UK will also stop high-level participation in Rwandan government events and reduce trade promotion efforts, though support for the most vulnerable will continue. The announcement follows UK Foreign Secretary David Lammy's meeting with DRC President Felix Tshisekedi in Kinshasa and Rwandan President Paul Kagame in Kigali on February 21st and 22nd. The UK has called for an immediate ceasefire, humanitarian access, adherence to international humanitarian law, engagement in African-led peace efforts, and the withdrawal of Rwandan troops from Congolese territory. In January, Rwandan troops and the M23 rebel group, which is backed by Rwanda, entered Goma, North Kivu's largest city. UN officials reported that up to 4,000 Rwandan soldiers were escorting M23 forces. While Rwanda claims its actions are defensive against armed groups based in the DRC, the conflict has intensified. On Monday, DRC Prime Minister Judith Suminwa Tuluka informed the UN Human Rights Council that 7,000 people had been killed since M23 resumed its offensive in January, sparking increased diplomatic efforts to resolve the crisis. The UK government emphasized that Rwanda's security concerns should not be addressed through military means and urged the DRC to engage in inclusive dialogue with M23 to find a political solution.
With that report, we conclude the bulletin, but before we go, let's have a reminder of the headlines.
Pope Francis calls for faithful to follow Simeon and Anna as pilgrims of faith. President Dr. Lazarus Chakwera maintains he's not a liar. Malawi Electoral Commission unfazed by low turnout for voter transfer exercise. In other news, UK holds aid to Rwanda over TRC conflict involvement.
You have been with me, Jacqueline Saidi. Thank you very much for watching Luntha Television, and stay safe.